The Johan Cruyff Arena in Amsterdam, home to Ajax, a team famed for its beautiful game. But on this night the air crackled with a different kind of tension. Outside the stadium gates, two groups collided, supporters of Maccabi Tel-Aviv and protesters voicing their solidarity with Palestine. What started as a war of words escalated into something uglier. Punches were thrown, flares were lit, and the night air filled with the sounds of anger and fear. The beautiful game had become a proxy battleground for a conflict with no easy answers. The match itself, a 5-0 victory for Ajax, became a mere footnote in the face of the chaos. The clashes in Amsterdam were not an isolated incident. They were a symptom of a much larger issue, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, a conflict that has spilled over into many facets of life, including the world of sports. For some, sporting events offer a platform to express their political views, to raise awareness for a cause they believe in. For others, it's a desecration, a mixing of politics with the supposed purity of sport. Should sports be a sanctuary, a place to escape the troubles of the world? Or is it naive to think that something as globally popular as football can exist in a vacuum, untouched by political realities? The events in Amsterdam provided no easy answers. They merely underscored the complexity of the issue, the way the Israeli-Palestinian conflict has a way of seeping into unexpected corners of the world. The clashes outside the Johan Cruyff Arena presented a difficult dilemma for Dutch authorities. On one hand, the Netherlands prides itself on its commitment to free speech, a cornerstone of Dutch society. Protests, even those considered controversial, are generally tolerated as part of the democratic fabric. On the other hand, there's the responsibility to maintain public order, to ensure the safety and security of all citizens. When the right to protest clashes with the need to prevent violence, where do you draw the line? Initially, Amsterdam Mayor Femke Halsema attempted to strike a balance, banning a large-scale pro-Palestinian demonstration planned for match day, citing concerns about potential clashes. However, smaller groups still gathered, and the violence still erupted, raising questions about whether a complete ban on all forms of protest related to the match might have been necessary to prevent the chaos. The violence in Amsterdam was met with swift and widespread condemnation. Politicians, football officials, and ordinary citizens alike expressed their disgust at the events, emphasizing that such behavior had no place in football, or anywhere else for that matter. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu condemned the violence and called for the Dutch authorities to take swift action against the perpetrators. Dutch officials echoed these sentiments, promising a thorough investigation and vowing to bring those responsible to justice. Amsterdam Mayor Femke Halsema defended her decision to ban the larger demonstration but acknowledged that more needed to be done to prevent similar incidents in the future. The outpouring of condemnation highlighted the need for a more nuanced conversation, one that delved into the complexities of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and its impact on communities far removed from the heart of the conflict. The clashes in Amsterdam cast a long shadow over future matches involving Israeli teams. The specter of violence, the fear of similar incidents erupting, hung heavy in the air. It raised concerns about the safety of players, fans, and everyone present at such events. Security measures at football matches, already stringent in the wake of previous incidents of hooliganism and terrorism, were likely to be further enhanced. Increased police presence, more thorough bag checks, and stricter restrictions on banners and flags were all on the table as authorities grappled with the challenge of ensuring safety without turning stadiums into fortresses. But increased security measures, while necessary, could only do so much. The real challenge lay in addressing the intolerance and hatred that fueled such violence, in fostering dialogue and understanding between communities divided by political differences. The clashes in Amsterdam reignited a long-standing debate, the role of sports in society and its relationship with politics. Can sports truly be a sanctuary, an escape from the complexities and conflicts of the real world? Or is it naive to think that something as globally popular as football can exist in a vacuum, untouched by political realities? Some argue that sports and politics should remain separate, that sporting events should be a celebration of athleticism and competition, not a platform for political grandstanding. Others contend that sports have always been intertwined with politics, that to pretend otherwise is to ignore the historical and social context in which sports exist. The events in Amsterdam provided no easy answers to this complex debate. They served as a reminder that the responsibility for fostering a climate of tolerance and respect, both within the world of sports and beyond, rests on the shoulders of us all.